but can't come up with that dig. Gina Urango played a lot of volleyball for Mick Haley and USC as a freshman, played all the way around. Diane Copenhagen, fine outside hitter, was struggling with some injury problems. And Coach Haley was telling us that last year just really was not nearly as an effective player, but has come back very nicely here for her junior season for the Trojans. There is Urango, nice little stab to keep the ball alive for USC. And Corey Johnson again.
And that's what's nice about having somebody who's experienced going off 1 foot, or a former middle hitter, part-time middle hitter, and Corey Johnson, is that she can run a middle hitter play and back in a set, and now you have 2 options coming at the opposing defense.
Oh, what a nice set, and Corey Johnson able to put that ball away. And Corey Johnson finds herself all alone because USC is loading up their defense against Hannah Shutra and Tara Murray. But teams are going to have to adjust. As Mick Haley told us earlier this week, Cal does not beat Stanford without Corey Johnson last week. It was really a big surprise. And now it's going to be time for the USC head coach to really change some of his tactics, because Corey Johnson, the freshman out of Winter Park, Florida, for Cal, has really been putting up some numbers.
She has Lloyd actually has a pretty nice connection going with a lot of her quick hitters. Mindy Wiley, Corey Johnson last week, Corey Johnson tonight. That's been keeping Cal going.
Corey Johnson now 10 of 17. That's 10 kills, 17 total swings, and only 2 errors for a .471 average, which is exceptional if you're wondering. What are the numbers that you expect now that you're an assistant coach with the U.S. national team? Outside hitters, middle hitters, opposites. What are their target numbers for effectiveness?
They actually drop off a good amount from college just because of the physical size and ability of every player in the game. A lot of the advantage a hitter's going to get or not get is between the ears more so than physically. Everybody's a stud at the international level. So if an outside hitter's doing pretty well, she's hitting 250 or better. A middle is probably hitting 350, something like that or more.
Shutra with the ace serve against Urango. And Hannah Shutra, who put up big numbers of aces last year, she had 35 overall, has not really been bringing the heat that she's capable of. That one a little more velocity, but this one very easy to handle. Rolliter one-on-one. Another good choice by Bateman.
Yep, and the Cal blockers were cheating away from Rolliter, trying to stop Lauren Williams in the middle. That left the line open for Rolliter. She made a good adjustment and hit there.
Kendall Bateman doing a great job for the Trojans running the offense, hitting .526 here in the 3rd set, after hitting .110 through the first 2.
That's a nice up, keeping it off the net. You get a swing out of it.
And Corey Johnson with a rare unforced error off what looked to be a perfect set from Lloyd.
I agree with you, Paul. I think that was a very hittable ball. If it was a little inside, then she needs to do a better job keeping that in. Break for USC.
Rolliter now for the Trojans, leading 20-16. Overpass. Williams will snap it down. The 6'4" redshirt sophomore out of Houston, Texas.
I don't know if you saw there Murray pulling her arms back, and when she does that, the angle actually makes it so that the ball can go over the net for an overpass. You lose the point.
I'm in.
We're in too. I'm a part of it.
Colonel, I'm in.
More than 60 million Americans have tried Kentucky Grilled Chicken. An entire grilled nation of believers in that fall-off-the-bone taste. And now you can be part of it too. Try a 2-piece meal with 2 sides of a biscuit for just $3.99. And taste for yourself why 60 million people unthink alike.
Make it 60 million in one.
Unthink and taste the unfried side of KFC.
Pac-10 volleyball coming your way, tied at 1 set apiece. Cal, number 9, against USC, number 13. I'm Paul Sunderland, joined by 3-time Olympic gold medalist Karch Kirai, and all things going USC's by senior Jessica Geisen.
Geisen's fourth block, 3 of them have been one-on-one, but you see Coach Haley, he is still not comfortable at 23-16, and I don't blame him. We've seen worse things happen. I don't think either coach can really feel comfortable in this match. So many things are going up and down and well and then poorly for their teams.
Roll it again.
Like
that jump serve. Cannot miss that. All the time, all the momentum coming out of the timeout.
Did you see Coach Haley? Oh my gosh, he was not a happy camper after that one, and that's what can happen. Things change very rapidly. Remember, we talked about it. A missed serve or an out hit can be the start of a bad streak.
Still a comfortable lead, but we'll see what happens here. And Geisen, clearly a touch. No question, a touch off the top of the block. And a clutch kill once again by Jessica Geisen. And 7 set points now for USC. Kendall Bateman will go to the sideline, replaced by 6'2" freshman Katie Fuller to add a little blocking stature to the front line for the women of Troy. Set point. Mindy Wiley, that time off of Jupiter. And that was the situation. Remember, last November 22nd, up at Cal, up 1 set apiece, up 1 set to none, excuse me. USC leading 24-17. They lose and then get crushed.
From this point, 24-18, they could not put a ball away for a kill. Lost every single point the rest of the set.
Set point number 2 now for the Trojans. Jupiter. Murray through the block and down. I think Coach Haley will be a little bit quicker with a timeout in this situation. He's got a long memory.
Well, so far, if you're a USC, you have to be happy, actually. You made Cal earn that point. That was a very nice play. Tudor playing some good defense. Murray with a good swing on the outside.
Set point number 3.
Keep it safe.
Oh, Sutra had a chance and hesitated, and Alex Jupiter comes away with the kill and gives the USC women of Troy a 2-1 lead over the favored number 9 California Golden Bears. Back with more Pac-10 women's volleyball right after this. Number 9 Cal on the road taking on number 13 USC. The USC women of Troy leading 2-1. Paul Sunderland, well, I used to be able to say, well, periodically I could say along with, but down in Karch's corner is my partner, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Karch Kirayan, now an assistant with the U.S. women's national team and sitting in the end zone right where a coach belongs.
Yeah, and if I do any worse, you'll banish me to the classroom out of the gym, right?
Yeah, right, yeah. When did you do your worst at anything?
I'm having a great time enjoying this view. You get to tell how close the sets are. You get to judge the location of a setter's positioning based on how far it is off the net, and I get to see the lateral movement. It's a nice combination.
Well, we talked about in your classroom, stressing middle blockers, setting choices, creating space for hitters to be effective. Rolliter just catching the sideline there. Rolliter now in the match with 9 kills. And Geisen will go back now. Her individual numbers, 15 kills, 36 attempts, 7 errors, hitting .222. Oh, that ball should not go down. I'll tell you, Corey Johnson, when we talked to Rich Feller, she was exclusively a one-legged takeoff kind of player in high school. Couldn't hit off 2 feet. She's going to have to put that into her repertoire as her career moves along.
Nice choice by her. She saw space. Normally, the libero, Allie Hilgren, would be all over that, but it looked like a little bit of confusion amongst the 2 USC defenders as to whose responsibility that last tip was.
Carly Lloyd with the service error, but Cal still leading 6-3 here in the 4th set. The women of Troy leading 2-1. Rolliter. Quick set out of the middle. What a dig. Beautiful try that time by Jessica Geisen, and good hustle by Rolliter, but the Trojans could not follow up.
As a coach, you certainly love to see the effort, though. Rolliter crashing into her own coach Mick Haley's seat at the end of this play. He kept her head from hitting the metal, but that shows a lot of heart when you're pursuing balls like that.
Jupiter just thumping that ball.